Radical, radical. I'm also a member of the Stroll of Poets, and one of the most interesting poets I heard when I was younger than you care to remember is the poet John Donne. And I'm sure you know these words. No one is an island. No one stands alone. Each one's joy is joy to me. Each one's grief is my own. We need one another. So I will defend. Each one is my family, and each one is my friend. And I know I'm speaking to the saved, but I'm a preacher, so here goes. There is an arbitrary designation in this world that says you have to be either cis or whatever else, but not gay, trans, or any of the other designations. And those things are so damned arbitrary, and they don't exist in nature, they don't exist anywhere else, except in the knotted underwear of those who manage to screw up, in the literalist sense of the word, the concept that nature is diverse, people are diverse. You look among you, and you see different clothes, different colors, different whatever the heck, and who gives a flaming damn? Only the weirdos. And I don't know. I joined the church because 40 years ago they were doing union ceremonies for gay, straight people. And I thought, oh, those people are strange. And then I came to know that the words of John Donne were lived within that congregation. And I also knew that Charles Bidwell was running the Metropolitan Community Church there, which I didn't know. One of my students at Vic said, you need to go to this thing because you know diddly squat about what you're talking about, girl. And so a wonderful young man by the name of Phoenix took me there, and my gosh, here it was in my church. So I got to know people that I didn't know before. And then when I was teaching trades and service English in Vic, there was this young woman standing outside my door in a plaid shirt. And she just sat out there by the lockers, and I went to the counselor and I said, who is this person? And he said, well, she came from up north, and she was an abused person, and she's just hanging out there. So the next term, she came into my class. And I tell you, it was a revelation. From the age of 15 to 39, that person was a member of my extended family. Went from being analyzed to be lesbian, and then one day she's riding to High River, and stops on the side of the road, phones, says to me, I was listening to the radio, totally irrelevant topic, and I realized who I am. And she says, Mom, she says, I'm trans. And I said, are you driving or are you parked? And she said, parked. And from that point forward, my family and her larger family in the community supported her through her transition. So all through my life, I've had people come up before me and say, you know, diddly squat, and here's some ways that you can learn. What happens in the larger society is we get so trapped into that little box that we live in. How many here would agree that they have a little box that they live in? It's called tradition, it's called habit. Do I see some heads? Yes, okay, right. We are in need of 12-step programs for general society that says, you first of all, you admit the fact you know diddly squat. The second thing is you start learning something about what you don't know about in diddly squat. And the third thing is that you reach out to the people around you and tell them, for God's sakes, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know who you are. I know what you need as a person. I don't care if you're black, blue, yellow, trans, straight, or whatever. I'm here to support you. And I see all these signs out here. All kids and all schools deserve the right to be in the right place for them. Stamp out transphobia. Live and let pee, which I love. I think I'm going to put that on my bathroom door. What happens with people is that they go into a certain, and I'm speaking as a preacher, okay? They go into a certain faith perspective, and nothing else but that tradition or that dogma leads them down to the path to what they think is salvation. But salvation doesn't exist in boxes. Salvation exists in looking around your family here and saying, I love you. You are all the world to me. What happens to you happens to me. I care. I walk with you. And I encourage you to keep up that, I shouldn't say fight. It shouldn't be a fight. It's an inalienable right to be who we are. Bless you.